Welcome to the Rolling Coynes Podcast. I'm Ross.
I'm Krystal.
And this is episode... I should have been ready for this.
I'm going to guess 8.
It is episode 8.
8.
Recapping week 16 of our Jiu-Jitsu journey.
All right. Made it through 4 months.
It's officially 4 months.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
4, 12, 16, yeah.
Give or take.
Yep.
Okay. Here we are.
I'm back, baby.
I was going to say,
I'm feeling better.
mood's a little bit better.
Yeah, I had a great week, I'd say.
Yeah. A lot happened last week, so we got plenty to talk about.
How do you want to start? You want to go? Anything top of mind? Why was your week great, honey?
My week was great because we got to witness our friends, mentors, open up their new gym. So it was week 1 in a new space. We talked about, the hard parts of the transition last week, but this week it was just hype and excitement and, it's a little messy and I don't know. It was just fun. It was very, it's not completely open because the lead black belt is not done with his commitment at the previous gym. So I think when he comes over, then it's going to be like excitement V2. That'll be next week. But yeah, I don't know. the energy of being around that. I also signed up for my first competition.
Yeah.
I did it. Big girl stuff.
Where is it? Dang it.
Nervous, but not too nervous because this is, maybe it'll never, if you don't put pressure on yourself, it doesn't need to be serious.
Yeah.
I take everything seriously, so I'm trying really hard not to take it too serious.
She's already like...
Oh yeah, I don't half-ass anything. I'll just say that. But that's also exciting, something to look forward to. And yeah, I still suck, but aside from that, it's great.
Yeah.
But that's my highlight. We can get into the details, maybe highs and lows, but what about you?
Let's just stick with you. Why do you remember why you actually pulled the trigger to sign up for the competition?
Like many things, I think it was drops into a bucket, you know? So I signed up to do jiu-jitsu, like just to participate because I saw videos of people competing. Like that was like my first exposure, was like seeing people at tournaments because that's the majority of the content online.
Yeah.
And so I think I was like introduced to it as something where, similar to CrossFit, you train for a moment in time and then you test yourself.
For instance, like CrossFit, every year you have the Open.
Yeah.
Which is like a worldwide competition where everybody can throw their hat.
Yeah. And it's very set up similar to a lot of other sports where like there are stages that you try to break through to get to the next stage. Some of these local tournaments are not like that at all. It's just like you show up.
Yeah, it's a throwdown, whatever.
Against people in your own weight class, age. So it's a little bit different in that sense, but I saw people competing and was like, oh, that looks like fun. And I think that was part of what sold me
on doing jiu-jitsu.
I was like, oh, I miss competition.
Yeah.
I'd be lying if I said I didn't. I realized last night just laying in bed that I haven't competed in something since, I don't know, like a couple of competitions after regionals for CrossFit probably.
Did you?
Yeah, I think that we did a couple after the fact.
Yeah.
Like the year or two after, like just like local. I did some stuff with Emily. We did a thing as a team after, small stuff. But let's say a year after that. And then I don't remember doing anything like competitive except for the Open. I did the Open multiple years, but I wasn't like going on site to compete.
Sure.
The last CrossFit gym that I joined, they did have a competition and I kind of waffled and was like, no, my body doesn't feel quite right because I was postpartum. So yeah, I haven't definitely haven't competed since having kids, since getting pregnant. So 6+ years. And in that 6 years, while I absolutely love our life and being a mom and being a wife and, you know, halfway love being a career woman.
Yeah.
But I am like, there's something missing. So I want to dip my toe back in those waters in a environment where it doesn't really matter, because it's just, you know, the local competition happens 3, 4 times a year. A lot of people from the local gyms just do it just to go and test themselves. Yeah. So backing up a little bit, I saw competitions and then have had multiple people just slightly. I think they ask everyone, you know, would you compete? Are you going to compete? Are you going to compete? And I started getting it more and more and more. And then I realized, like, oh, maybe they're either seeing something in me, or they're seeing that I'm a person that likes to compete and trust their judgment. Yeah. You know? And then after asking, then there was a little bit of like pushing and prodding, like, you're going to sign up, right? And with them opening up, them being the gym owners, opening up their new gym, it just seemed like a really nice way to celebrate that. To be like, I'm going to sign up under your name and I hope I don't embarrass myself. And, you know, one of our teammates who's like I'll call him like a spiritual guy. He's very morning guy. I'm trying to give like Ross like signals so that he knows who I'm talking about without dropping names. But I think he said something that really resonated with me, talking about the new gym. And we asked the owner, are you going to compete? And he said, no, and I don't think a lot of our higher belts are going to, because with the gym change and everything going on, we haven't had a lot of time to train. And this guy was like, it doesn't matter. Like, we should all go, sign up, be joyful and excited and look like we're having a good time, because we are having a good time. And people are going to be like, who are they? They look like they're having a wonderful time and they really enjoy each other. I want to know more about that gym, and let it just be the best type of free advertising for the gym. Yeah. And so like I kind of took that to heart and was like, oh, that is such a good way to put it, because I already know I like to compete. They're opening a new gym, slap the new gi on, go out there, represent, be joyful. You know, I'm like, I think that's like a motto of life in general. So hearing him say that out loud, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to carry that into the competition too.
Yeah, let's embody that. I'm
not going to like not try to win, but I'm going to be joyful.
Well, and what a great way to combat the nerves.
Yeah,
if you can have like a squad there that's trying to keep you
having fun. I'm going to listen to my favorite music and I'm going to eat gummy bears and like, well, let's get hype.
After you win.
Yeah, maybe. No, before too.
Cool. Is there, while you were talking, I was trying to like formulate this question and make it not sound like I'm trying to talk you out of it. Mm-hmm. But like a CrossFit competition is non-contact. Mm-hmm. Have you given any thought to the fact of like how this will be different, because you're going to fight?
I think that's the part that I push back really deep back in my brain. Yeah. A little bit. And I think that's why I'm actually really excited about it, because just with jiu-jitsu in general, and like with starting jiu-jitsu and then still feeling like I haven't felt like a comfort to fully express my physicality, because I'm like afraid of spazzing on someone or hurting someone. And while I don't want to like do that in competition and hurt someone either, I think that like, you know, that person is going to be coming at you just as hard and just as nervous as you are. So like, what a perfect environment to just see, like, even if the person is way better at jiu-jitsu and just like traps me in side control, like how strong am I? Like, can I get out of it when like put under pressure? I'm very excited to see what happens in that situation. I'm hoping that I surprise myself and remember some things while I'm there. And yeah, I think, I truly do think, you know, I'm trying to like push the like pessimistic side of my brain to the side. The pessimistic piece of myself to the side and say that while there is a really good chance that I'll just black out and not remember anything, there's also a really good chance that like a switch will flip.
Yeah.
And I will do things with the intensity that I've been hoping to be able to do them in class or in training or whatever.
Yeah.
And I know I'm really strong.
Mm-hmm.
So
You got that going for you.
If I go for a joke, I'm going 1000% for a choke this time instead of being like, "Ooh, can they feel it? They're not tapping yet." So, you know they can tap. So
yeah. Well, good for you. Like, yeah, I'm hyped that you signed up.
Yeah, but I don't think that I'm a fighter. So that is, I mean, you asking that question is valid because I don't think I come off as a confrontational fighter type person.
Yeah.
But you also know that I am very competitive and can become very, like, I think expressing power in another sport will help. It's just different when you're not hucking a med ball or a 200-pound barbell around, right?
Yeah.
It's a body that's moving. But I think that something will click and translate there.
I don't know exactly how to conceptualize this or say it or whatever, but there's something to jiu-jitsu that's so uniquely human that, like, theoretically a robot arm could pick up a barbell or throw a med ball.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah, it'll balance the weight and time it perfectly. And
so there's like other ways that you could see these acts of fitness, but there's something about jiu-jitsu that's so uniquely human that unless you do it, you'll never see it. It's so hard to explain. Like, the thought in my head is really hard to get out, but I'm very curious how we respond to like competing in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. And
because
the human element of it, like how can you read the person across from you, and like
it's so unique.
Yeah.
It's so unique. I don't know how else you would get a similar, unless you're in some other sort of combat sport.
Yeah. Yeah. Martial art, combat sport. But yeah, not with like hands on hand, person on person.
Yeah.
Because you're not just like, I do think that there's the possibility of like getting in and like, what if I go against someone? I mean, I'm in it's Masters 1 and 2. I don't know if the category is the same across all competition types, but for this one, it's 30 to 39. I'm on the old end of that, but I feel good for my age because I'm 38 and 150 some pounds with a gi on. But I'm kind of a dense, lean 152 with a gi on. I could be going up against someone who is like, and I'm not like judging anyone's body type. We're all different, right? But because of that, we're all very different. I could be going up against a 5'1", heavier set, less muscle mass, more fat density person who is also the exact same weight. And like, you have to be able to like play the game a little differently.
Yeah.
You're like, okay, well, this person's like limbs are shorter, but I also probably don't want them to like get me pinned in mount or side control, but I have power to my advantage because I can feel that I'm stronger. So I should probably try to sweep them or take them down immediately. Like, I think that those things are the human element that you can't.
Yeah, and maybe it's like the fact that CrossFit, you're engaging with inanimate objects.
Yeah.
Right, these dead weight things.
Yeah, you might be surprised, but generally you're like, it's not going to like twirl away from me.
Yeah, or like in sport, like
Mm-hmm.
a batter is trying to read a pitcher.
Yeah.
But you're not ever threatened by being choked by the pitcher.
Yeah. They're not trying to hit you with the ball.
Right, yeah. It would make it way different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be so interesting. Like, yeah, it's going to be cool to watch.
Yeah. I think that it's hard right now because I'm about a month out. I'm trying to, like, number one goal right now is eat healthy. I'm like, I walk around, or I wake up in the morning at like a pound under the weight category, but I have to be able to like feed myself, have some food and water in the morning, and wear my gi. So I'm like, okay, theoretically, I'm basically trying to lose the gi weight.
Yeah.
And like, I don't care about my weight. Like, I really just like, I'd love to just be dense with muscle for longevity and health. But in this instance, I'm like, it would be so silly to have to compete with women who might be like 175 and are cutting to 163. Also, there's no one in that category for my age right now. So shave off 4 pounds in a month and compete where I'm like, I know I'm strong. So that's the goal. So eat healthy, show up to class, ideally 5 days a week moving forward, except for the week before, I'll probably taper off a little bit. And then what I'm really trying to deal with right now in this exact moment is, I think 4 weeks to go. Do I start to kind of like hyper focus on a couple of things so that I know for sure I have one submission from every position and like a couple of guards that I've become comfortable with and a couple of sweeps and takedowns? I think that I should do that, or I will be missing an opportunity for, well, both points and submissions. Like, I don't want to, I get into like roles with people in class and I just practice on controlling in positions or escaping from positions.
Yeah.
Which is what you should do when you're really new. But I need to like make a bit of a mindset switch right now so that I can actually show up and like do some jiu-jitsu instead of survive a jiu-jitsu match.
Right. That's so funny because that's what I was going to ask you next.
That's the question. And then maybe it'll change.
Have you thought of any like strategies for your roles? Like, do you have something you want to accomplish going in?
I mean, you can't control if someone pulls guard, right? I think a lot of white belts will pull guard. And so I found a really cool video that I actually want to show you afterward. And it's like things that you can do offensively when someone pulls guard on you, because you can like move their legs out of the way and just like, you know what's coming. And so you are on the offense and like you know, try to get a side control or whatever. So I would say 1 or 2 moves like that, like an offensive response to someone trying to pull guard. Because I've never felt like with white belts that I've rolled with, when they pull guard, I've never felt like they force me into their close guard. It's just kind of like I react the way they want me to react. I'm like, okay, they're pulling guard. I'm going into, you know, some sort of guard from here. I don't feel like they're doing it so aggressively that they're like doing what they're supposed to do, which is like pulling me into a position or sweeping me. And then I've been from day one, and I think we both have, forcing myself to start every roll from standing, unless the person I'm rolling with doesn't feel comfortable with that. And I struggle a little bit. And I know there's like one takedown for sure that I feel very comfortable with. I need to work on the, what would you call it? The entry to that, I guess. The setup for that. I think learning like 1 or 2 other takedowns would be smart.
What is the takedown that you feel comfortable with?
It's like, judo grips, and you come up underneath their arm, wrap an arm around their back, most likely grab their belt.
So get a body lock.
Get a body lock, and then just take them down
Backwards.
Yeah, you trip them backwards over your ankle, over your knee.
I try to get to that one too.
Yeah, that just feels safe. I don't feel like I'm going to hurt someone doing that. I don't feel like I'm going to hurt myself doing that. And while, maybe there are takedowns where you could end up in a way better position, that feels very comfortable to me. And I think, I do not feel very comfortable with takedowns where I'm like all the ones with very Japanese names, where it's like you put a foot out and you trip them over your hip or whatever. Like, I just feel really awkward ever trying
like hardcore judo.
Yeah. I don't have any judo throws that I feel really comfortable with. I do feel decent about like a single leg takedown. I feel like I can get the leg decently, but then I'm like, okay, what do I do from here? And then I'll get the leg, and then I do basically the exact same thing as the other takedown, but I have a leg instead of, just tripping them. I'm standing up a little bit higher. But I think that's one of those situations where like the adrenaline and the power kicks in, and it's like, no, I'm going to ram you down to the ground.
Yeah.
I hope I don't hurt you.
Yeah.
So yeah, just a couple. I don't want to get too crazy, but man, if like a couple of takedowns work for you and you could just go in right away. Like, there's no hesitations. I'm going to go in for this takedown. I'm not going to be the white belt. I don't want to be the white belt.
White belt judo?
That does the toilet swirl.
Yeah.
Where you just judo grip each other, and then you just slowly swirl down to the ground, and each of you sit on your butts. Okay, and then strategy. What else?
So you go in, you get your body lock.
Yeah.
You take them down. Pull them down to their back. You're going to end up in side control.
Yeah.
Probably from there.
I think that moment for me, if I could like visualize the perfect match, I would say from there, get really good side control, let them squirm a little bit, let them get tired while I kind of get my wits about me and kind of feel like, okay, how strong is this person? How good are they at, excuse me, how good are they at blocking? Because that's another thing where I think experience tells you to immediately, block someone coming up on knee and belly.
Yeah.
But some people don't do that. A lot of people don't do that. I was rolling with Professor Carl, who is a black belt, obviously professor. And I was like, oh, I don't think I could ever get a knee on belly on him because he is like not huge and he's like very like tight. I was like, oh man, like my move is gone. Yeah, like this works on everybody. Why doesn't it? Oh yeah, you're a black belt. So I think, little bit of rest for me, a little bit of wearing them out. I mean, again, it sounds so silly to be saying this because I'm not super confident in my abilities, but I have to just fake it till you make it. Knee on belly to mount. Do not get trapped in some sort of half guard situation because that is like the bane of my existence right now. So working on that a little bit would be smart. And then a very kind of pressured, controlled mount. Like I've been doing like a hipping down sort of mount where I'm like, I have the flexibility to like hook my legs into the other person and just like squash them for a little while.
I think they call it grapevine.
Okay, grapevine. Yeah, I like squash. Squash the grape. Squash the grape. Squish them down a little bit. And then from there, I think you're kind of just playing with like, okay, is there an Americana there? Is it Americana or I think it's Americana. Yeah. Is there an Americana there? If not, try to get up into a high mount and then go for a choke. And then that's where it gets a little tricky for me because certain people I let him out when I go for that choke. So I need to kind of figure out like, okay, what am I doing to allow them enough room to, roll out of that. I have been able to partially recover that and get into close to taking their back, because obviously
Right, they roll.
They're going to roll and you're going to follow them. And then I would say a bow and arrow choke from the back, or
Gonna get swifty with it.
or, well, just because people have been practicing it with me, they're like, this is a really good like white belt choke. Or, I mean, everyone says rear naked choke, but maybe on a white belt that'll work. I don't think that I've ever like had that work. And then if I get in a sticky situation, and I'm on my back, then going for a triangle.
Ooh.
Yeah. I haven't played with arm bars much, so I do know that I need to protect myself from arm bars, because I'd make the mistake of going one arm in, one arm out when rolling. Just, you don't really notice what you're doing until it's too late. I've been able to squeak out of quite a few situations where I could feel someone going for it, but I was able to get out of it, which is nice. But yeah, I think I need to.
So you're going for the submission?
I think so. I want it to be done. Yeah. Like I think the goal is absolutely submission. And in the process,
rack up points.
You rack up points, because you have to get, like if I get into mount, I'm going to go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4, I'm going to count it out, because why not? But if executing a takedown from the start works, then it's like, I'm up, go for a submission. Mm-hmm. And if you're down, go for a submission.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think definitely. But that's been very challenging recently, because the people who I feel like I can control positions with, I don't feel terribly comfortable going for submissions right now. And so talking to one of our coaches recently, they've been talking about that whole like catch and release kind of style of rolling. And so I think I'm going to kind of give that a go.
Apply that now.
Yeah. Yeah, I talked a lot, but that's it. You can tell in my mind. I'm a very like nerdy, analytical kind of person. So, and also a firm believer in, not a firm believer, I would say there's some truth to manifestation and visualization.
Visualization for sure.
Yeah. So I'm working on that.
What are you doing to, by the way, I figured I'd just wind you up and let you go tonight. So,
cool. Okay.
What are you doing to make weight? Because you said that you basically just need to lose like 5 pounds.
Yeah. Okay. So the nerdiness, I'm pulling up a note on my phone because I'm tracking it. Because here's the thing. I am not overweight. And I am very aware of how, I think, not easy, but common it is for women especially to slip into unhealthy habits that stick with them from situations like this where they're trying to cut weight, right? Like, I don't know what or why, but I see it. I think especially from coming from like a gymnastics background where being lighter means you fly higher, like unhealthy habits, eating, obsession with weight is just a thing. So I'm trying to be very conscious about that. So I only want to lose what makes sense to lose, especially because this is my first competition. And in theory, it doesn't matter, but it would really suck, like I said, to compete against people who are walking around 15 pounds heavier than I am.
Yeah, you want to come in like right at the threshold so that you're as heavy as you can be without like missing weight.
Yeah. So the weight class you are supposed to weigh in. It's weird with this competition because the adults are like the second half of the day. They're not doing kids one day and then adults the other day. So they said adults are the second half of the day and you have to weigh in like 1 hour before your bracket gets called. So
it feels very not thought out.
No, not at all. They might change that. I don't know. But I'm just like counting on in my head, like, okay, you might weigh in after lunch.
That would suck.
Okay. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, what do I weigh? I'll just say like right now at the end of the day, on the 5th, today's the 8th. On the 5th, I weighed in at the end of the day at 152.8. The weight class, and that is like in my underwear. The weight class is 152.5 and under in your gi. And I know that my gi and gear weighs roughly 4 pounds. Plus, I just want to give myself a little bit of plus or minus for food. So 5 pounds. So 5 pounds under 152.5 is 147.5. So I was like, okay, if I can weigh 147.5 in my underwear, then I'll be totally fine. I think that like I'll have some wiggle room there. And I think the lightest that I've been kind of just tracking, because people have said like track yourself in the evening and the morning to see how much weight you lose naturally overnight, which is interesting, because I'm like, oh, I'm not using the bathroom. Like you use the bathroom and then you weigh yourself in the morning. So the lightest I've weighed in the morning, in the 3 days that I've been tracking this is 150.8, but that's not fed. So I don't know. I'm kind of getting into the weeds here, but I think basically 5 pounds. I feel like even in the 1, 2, 3 days that we've started to do it, I probably lost about half a pound. So
You're on track.
I'm on track. There's some, none of this is an exact science, but if you go online and look at like how many calories do you need to cut to lose 1 pound of body fat, it's 3,500 calories per pound. And if 5 pounds times 3,500, it was like 17,500 calories. And then I took that and I divided it by the number of days that I have until the competition. And it was roughly like, let's say 550 calorie deficit every day. I like to eat. So I knew that like 550 wouldn't be easy to do every single day. And so I'm trying to like aim for 550, but then add in 3-ish weighted walks a week.
Got our first one in today.
Yeah, and I'm going to do that for 2 weeks and just kind of see where I sit. So if in 2 weeks I've lost 2.5 pounds, I'm just going to keep going.
How long are you doing the weighted walk for?
I think I'm going to do it forever.
No, I mean,
like, yeah.
Ideally.
The length of time, an hour.
Yeah.
It's
How
just
heavy?
Like, I have to weigh my ruck backpack, but I think that there's 15 or 20 pounds in there right now. So if I were to do it on a treadmill, and for anyone else trying to lose weight, I swear it just falls off if you do this. Obviously it's a lot of time, but backpack or weight vest, whatever you really have, you got a baby, strap them on. But 15 to 20 pounds for women, I'd say 20 to 35 for men. 1 hour walk must break the 40-minute threshold. There's just something about that zone that you get into.
Yeah, I was going to say 45 to 90 minutes.
Yeah.
After 90 minutes, it's kind of like laws of diminishing returns.
Yeah. And you're going to like have some like joint discomfort probably too if you do too much. So yeah, we're aiming for an hour and it works. I don't know.
We've done it like multiple times, not
unintentionally lost weight. Yeah. The leanest I've ever been was, or I would say the lightest, not the leanest, but the lightest I've ever been was when we were doing weighted walks as a part of our programming. And that was like when we were doing 2-a-days and stuff. But I also probably wasn't eating as much as I should have, but I felt healthy. So I think that this is like a very low stress way of getting some more steps and calorie burn in. Because I think according to ChatGPT, it was like 300 to 400 calories for that time frame and weight for me, trying to keep above like 3 miles per hour if you were on a treadmill. And which I don't think that we did. I think we were walking a little bit slower today because we had the kids with us, stopping us for snacks and things like that. But yeah, I'm going to try to do that 3 times a week. And I think it'll be a really nice way to both make weight, but then also like flush out lactic acid, get the joints moving, build up a little bit of endurance. And yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get like significantly fitter in a month.
No, I mean, yeah.
A little bit. I think I'm doing some more rolling in the last week or so. I definitely felt like, oof, I'm sore, I'm tired, but.
We did 2.59 miles in 52 minutes and 45 seconds.
Okay.
We burned 280 calories. That's, my Garmin doesn't know I was wearing a weighted vest, so I don't know if it's like paying attention to.
Probably a little bit more than that.
Like my, whatever, heart monitor or whatever. We averaged 2.9 miles per hour.
Oh, okay. That's great then.
Average moving speed was 3.4 miles per hour.
Great.
And our max was 5.2 miles an hour.
Interesting.
We were probably going downhill or something.
Yeah.
So yeah. Average heart rate was 70.
Yeah. We are not fit if it's 170 for a walk.
Got up to 93. And I think one thing we were talking about earlier today that's another consideration is the fact that it's low risk. Like you can add this in and...
This should be something that more people know about.
Yeah.
And I rave about weighted walks to people who are, if someone says, oh, I'm trying to lose weight, I think it's a touchy subject and you don't want to be the person to be like, oh, I have the
here's what you should do,
magic pill for you. But I know this seriously. The 2 magic pills are cut liquid calories from your diet and walk. And not everyone has enough time to get the steps in. So strap some weight on your body, then walk.
For whatever. Yeah, I'm sure there is a very scientific reason for why adding weight is very beneficial. Mm-hmm. But it changes it.
Like women too. I think about when you were like, how long did we do it for? It's like, I think I'm going to do it forever. Like I meant more so as like a habit, because for women, I'm aging. We need bone density and weight bearing. I should be out in the gym and lifting weights more often, but we're building up to kind of the lifestyle that we want to live. And I just had a kid not too long ago, so
and also like jumping into like a strength cycle right now, like
wouldn't be smart.
What if you like tweaked something?
Yeah. So, weight bearing, whatever you can do, but I think it's just, it's low risk. It's simple. You're holding weight on your body. You're making your bones stronger. You're getting circulation to all of your muscles.
I guess that if you really got after it and you added way too much weight, you could run the risk of like, shin splints and...
Yeah, and that's why when I was saying kind of like women, I don't know what I said. I think I said like 15 to 20, maybe even 10 to 20.
Yeah.
Depending on your frame and, your comfort level. It gets pretty uncomfortable in like your traps and things when you're getting started out. Anything less than that though, I don't know if you like really would get that stimulus. And then again, guys' bodies are so different from each other. So 20 to 35 feels pretty safe.
Yeah. Sometimes I get really grumpy by the end if I go too heavy.
Mm-hmm. Just uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is.
Like it's not hard, but it's uncomfortable. And both of us have felt like neurologically drained or I don't know. I think today I didn't eat enough of my calories early in the day. And I was excited to have a dinner that we had planned out. And I was kind of hangry and just energetically.
I'm very angry.
By the time we got home, I was like, oh my God, I need a banana.
Yeah.
So, it does drain your energy stores, but that just goes to show you what it's doing, right? Like it's burning energy in a very simple way. So it's great. Cool. Highly recommend. 10 out of 10.
Well, here we go, honey.
Yeah.
Road to gold.
Road to gold. There's 3 people signed up in my bracket right now. So there's some kind of medal coming home. Because there's only 3, like it makes me like want to win that much more, because I know that I will not value 2 or 3.
No respect.
I'll have no respect for myself. I'm like, oh yeah. It'd be different if you got 2 or 3 and you still won a match, because you're like, I won a match in my first tournament. Like that's cool.
Yeah.
But if it's like I lost 2 matches and I got a bronze, like, come on, guys.
Participation trophy. Throw that shit away. Get it out of my face.
Yeah, I'm just too hard on myself for that. So, yeah. And then you're going to go in July.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll do July.
I think we both could have done it, but and maybe you can speak to this a little bit, just decided to kind of split it up for logistical reasons.
Yeah. Like it's already, you got to pay to do it. And then to get a babysitter, it was like the first option's like babysitter. And like, oh God, we're not paying $20 an hour
for potentially the whole day.
The entire day just to do a competition. And then you start running through the other Rolodex and it's like, well, we don't have too many options. I'll just say that.
Yeah. For babysitters outside of paid ones.
And one of the members was very sweet in offering, because his wife has like a daycare, and he's like, if Ross wants to do it, just like bring the kids and like the wife will watch them, like It was very sweet. And if our youngest was maybe a little bit older, I might feel a little more comfortable with that. But let's just keep the stress levels low. It's going to be stressful enough as it is.
Yeah.
And you can just focus on doing your match. And like, I get to come and show up and watch you. And like, I get to watch you with the boys.
Yeah.
Like, I'm excited to like be with them and like watch you.
Yeah.
If we get to that, just because,
yeah. And if you have to leave, you have to leave, because like they have their moments.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I can just dip and you can just focus on doing you.
Yeah. And I think like one of the nice things about having previous competitive experience is that like I feel comfortable, just like I could probably just go out and do it without a coach there.
Yeah.
Like I'd figure it out.
Yeah.
In this instance, I don't want anyone to watch me. So I think I would prefer to just go out all by myself. But at the same time, obviously getting some tips would be very helpful, and know how to warm up and things like that.
I still think people are going to show up from the gym, even though not a lot of people are doing it.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I mean, some of the kids are doing it. Like, I think I also tried to sign up because I wanted to like be an example in that way of like, I don't know what I'm doing. This is like, the competition is happening, I think, before I hit 5 months.
Yeah.
I have not been doing this for very long, and I'm just going to do it.
Yeah.
And if I can do it, you can do it. And all you guys who have been talking about it and like waffling and on the fence, I'm doing it. You should do it too. So that was another reason why I was like, you know what? It's maybe not the reason why I signed up, but now that I have signed up, I can like use that to
motivate yourself. Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say guilt trip other people into signing up. That too. Yeah. But I want more people from our gym to sign up. So far, a couple of kids and one other adult for sure has signed up. I really hope that there are like at least 5 of us there. That'd be great.
Yeah.
So
sign up, people.
Please. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I had a good week too.
Yeah. Tell me all about it.
Not a ton to report. It was funny going in to the new gym on Monday because like you actually had a coached class that morning, and I think everybody was very excited that night to show up, and so it was like all the upper belts. Mm-hmm. Like it was like the reunion of everybody coming back together, and the coach was like, I thought about teaching you guys something, but looking around at you, let's just christen this place with some blood, sweat, and tears. So grab a partner. Here we go. We're just gonna roll. And I don't know if there's an actual word for it, but in my notebook I called it the dungeon roll. Just because it was just like, just round after round after round.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it was tough. It was hard. But it was fun.
Before you go too far,
Sure.
all the coaches, gym owners out there listening, please, for the love of God, make people warm up before they do that. We're all way too old to go into rolls without warming up.
Like, what am I missing? What are we missing with, like, is there something about jiu-jitsu where there's like something about...
I mean, maybe some people are smart enough to take their first roll easy.
Yeah.
But some people aren't.
Like, I tried to.
Yeah.
Because I partnered up with another white belt who hadn't been there since before COVID.
Yeah.
And so I was like, sweet, let's go slow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I survived. Like, I was thankful that I came out of it unscathed.
5 rounds for 60 minutes. So, yeah. Did you do full, 10 rounds?
I sat out 2.
Okay. Still, that's a lot.
Yeah. And while I was rolling with a professor, he popped his knee out.
Yeah.
And it was a bummer. It was kind of like it wasn't a good feeling, and
it wasn't like you didn't do anything.
It's it wasn't like I was trying to ankle lock him or anything.
No.
I was literally in the
mats are slippery and new.
Yeah. I was in the fetal position and the bell had just rang for the end of the round, and he rolled off of me and started grabbing his knee.
No. Yeah, that sucks. I had someone get hurt while I was rolling with them too, and it was like, I didn't do that, did I?
Yeah, so I checked in with him a couple times throughout the night. And then Tuesday morning we learned the technique for the week.
Mm-hmm.
And I went in Wednesday morning and nobody else showed up. So it was just me and coach.
Yeah.
And he had thrown his back out that morning, he said, putting on his underwear. And he's the same age as us, 38.
Yeah.
But it was a weird, because he makes me nervous. We've mentioned this a couple times in the podcast, just his energy, his presence. I don't know. I want to do well in front of him, I guess.
Well, he's someone who took it very seriously and progressed very quickly in the sport. And so there's an intensity.
He's like a prodigy.
Yeah.
I just want to show him that I'm trying and paying attention, trying to pay attention and learn.
Yeah.
Because I want to get good at it too.
Yeah.
And it was funny because he was like, okay, we just after we warmed up, he was like, show me what we learned this week. And so I got to go through. I was like, okay, well, I started talking myself through it. And he was like, wow, good job. Okay, great. And then we kind of did iterations on it.
Mm-hmm.
And we rolled at the end, and I kind of, I don't know. I never
some jiu-jitsu.
Practice some jiu-jitsu, and I felt like I was scrambling in a way that was resembling jiu-jitsu.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than just doing nothing.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, that just it felt great.
Mm-hmm.
Where usually in class, it's kind of nerve wracking, or I spoke in a previous podcast where going to do King of the Hill and getting partnered with him and I don't know what I'm doing. But in this moment, what I would have normally thought that would be my worst nightmare ended up being a really great class.
I think that just goes to show my observation of those 2 weeks is that it probably had less to do with a specific person.
Yeah.
And more to do with just your mindset.
Yeah.
And where you were in your life and all the crazy stuff that we were dealing with.
Yeah.
And just a good reminder for future weeks where you're I was just in a funk. It had nothing to do with me, and my jiu-jitsu is basically the same level from that week to this week. It's just that I felt a little better and I was able to have more fun with it.
Yeah.
And be a little bit more relaxed. And yeah.
Yeah. And like almost like in a weird way, like I had a chance to show that I was retaining something, you know, and like that I'm paying attention and like.
And you are really good at that. Like, I don't know that I could have, I mean, I did it on Monday. So if I went on Thursday and he was like, show me what we did, I would not have remembered.
It was pretty funny because he's like, were you here Monday night? And I was like, yeah, but we didn't do class.
Yeah.
We just rolled.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it's just one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was the day before, thankfully.
Yes.
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, it was the morning before.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was almost like a moment where I was like, I'm kind of back. I'm back. We're doing jiu-jitsu again.
Yeah. Fresh start, new gym.
Yeah.
Just like, kind of know. I feel like mentally we're both healed in a sense from all the stuff that we were going through personally. So
that was kind of the highlight,
yeah.
which was a very, I don't know. I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
When nobody was showing up that morning, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
I don't want to be the only one. But then, you know, I was having like this internal battle of like, oh no, I'm going to be the only one and the eye of Sauron's going to be on me.
Mm-hmm.
But also like, I didn't feel bad about being the only one. Like, does he want to leave or whatever?
Yeah.
Because
he's there.
I've been in that position from coaching CrossFit and like being the head coach. Doesn't matter if one person shows up, you're still coaching class. Like, doesn't matter if nobody shows up, really.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't be in there coaching alone.
Yeah.
But
you'd be there and you'd be
yeah.
prepared to teach, and hopefully you like what you do. So
yeah, it just is what it is. So,
yeah.
You know, it was cool. And then went Thursday night. Nothing really to report there, just more of the same.
Mm-hmm.
And rolled with 2 purple belts and a brown belt. And just got smushed, which was very fun.
Yeah. Which is like, yeah, you're back to like, this is fun.
Yeah.
You know?
There was a cool moment where the brown belt was coming back after having a break. So I'd never met him before. He was friendly with the coach and another purple belt. And he like, it was tough. It was really hard to roll with him. There was like, he was really strong. He was really good. And he got me in an arm bar near the end of our roll. And I just like tapped because I was like, well, that one's sunk. I'm not getting out of this. And he was like, no, work out. And I was like, what? I was like, because my head's in between his like legs, basically. And I was like, what? And he's like, work out, keep going, work out. And I was like, oh. And it's like, put it right back on and just kept working. And I'd never had somebody be so forward with the fact that it's like, I'm going to let you go, but you got to try, work for it.
That's great.
Yeah. It was way cool. Cause there's so many times where it feels ambiguous. You're like, did I pass his guard or did I actually escape or did I actually do this? But when they're just like, okay, work out, like keep going.
Yeah.
It felt so much better. I was like, oh yeah, perfect.
I think I mentioned this in a previous episode, but one of the professors at our gym, I was talking to him about something similar and expressing, I don't know, the like self-conscious feeling of being like, I don't know
what's real.
What's real? Did I get it or did they let me have it? Like I'm assuming they're always letting me have it, I think. And I might have even said that. And he goes, it doesn't matter if they let you have it because you are in the right position. So whatever, like you're finding the positions and you're learning the moves and you're learning the positions, whether or not they gauge their strength back, who cares?
Yeah.
You know, because if you're doing it with someone who was that strength, you would have gotten it. So I think that was really helpful. Anything else from your week? I have one other random topic.
I just got all the previous podcasts processed and ready to upload. I was happy about that.
Yeah.
So we're getting closer.
That was the segue, I think. Good segue. Thinking about the fact that we're on number 8 and you're actually going to upload these to somewhere where people can potentially listen to them is nerve-wracking.
Her cat's eating her dinner right behind my head.
There's always an animal interrupting. Yeah, that's like exciting and nerve-wracking. I'm proud of us for sticking with it this long. It's so easy.
Yeah.
And I think that ease has made both of us think about like, okay, like how can we document these journeys further in a way that feels natural and comfortable? So I think both of us will probably find ways to, I don't know, film a little bit more throughout our days.
Because you were talking about like a day in the life sort of thing.
Yeah, I think life is so complicated and multi-layered, and for me, I really love those types of videos where you see people like giving their all, doing everything they can. It doesn't always go well, but like just seeing how people approach, especially moms with hobbies, but how people go about their days. Like, what do they do? What do they get done? What don't they get done? How do they manage and balance their days? Because I have seen, at least in like the women's jiu-jitsu threads on Reddit, there are women who are like, how in the hell do women with children train jiu-jitsu? And like we could share a little bit of our experience and how we sacrifice time in some areas, how we give each other time by trading classes, so that maybe it'll encourage other people to try it.
Yeah.
And then I think it's a really fun way to document a very interesting phase of our lives to be able to look back on. And lastly, I think it's a really good skill set to have, especially myself working in branding and marketing, to be able to kind of practice managing like an account, if you will, a brand, and get good at filming. Yeah, I don't know.
It might be the only job left.
Maybe, and it's not like I want to be an influencer. It's like, no, but like I would love to be the type of person who isn't afraid of filming myself and posting it.
Yeah.
Like, even just the thought of like I've already said this also, anyone we know listening to this terrifies me. So the fact that I'm like letting you upload it is cool. And maybe someday we'll record our bodies while talking.
Yeah.
And that'll be another step. And then, finding comfort in recording our rolls at the gym. That'd be another step. And then like piecing it all together into some sort of like content that's fun to watch, because from what I can tell, there's like 2 to 5 women who in the last 5 years have posted any sort of jiu-jitsu content that is like, vloggy style.
Sure.
Not just like, here are my rolls
Here's
from
me choking somebody.
a tournament. Yeah. So it is definitely underrepresented, and I don't know. It seems exciting. So if it's exciting, just go for it.
Yeah. Something I've been thinking about is filming myself or kind of creating content around like supplemental fitness to support jiu-jitsu. So whether it is weighted walks, how enthralling that would be to watch. But I'm really interested in sandbags and kettlebells.
Yeah.
And so like
in mobility.
creating some content around that to like just share more.
Even I know that we're kind of I'm going off on a tangent, but there's someone at our gym who will like do a little bit of extra credit exercise after classes, and being the jock that I am, I'm always like, sweet, I'm gonna go. I run over.
8-minute abs.
I want to do, and like he knows enough movements to be able to piece something together for 10 minutes, but you can tell he's just kind of like, okay, what should we do next? You could create 8-minute abs for jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
Record a quick video, put it out there, and then someone could like write down the movements and have them in their back pocket, or even just like have a video and be like, okay, we're going to copy this person.
Yeah.
And let it be the extra credit that people do.
Yeah.
It'd be cool.
And then, I would love for us to be able to watch and review videos during the podcast on camera.
Mm-hmm.
I believe we have the capability to do that now with the computer being connected.
Yeah.
And then I would love to record us rolling once a week and post that to the end of each podcast.
Yeah, that'd be
cool.
cool.
Like if you stick around and you're so inclined, you could watch us roll and then see that how that goes throughout the years.
Yeah. Oh, that would be fun.
Yeah.
Cool. We got goals. We always have goals.
Yeah.
It keeps us moving.
Got something.
Yeah.
Well, love you, honey. Thank you.
Love you.
And remember,